Welcome everybody to the Cold Hard Truth. I'm here with Payton Gjesdal, and we are here for our first interview on the Cold Hard Truth. Payton, how are you doing today?
I am doing yes.
You're
I'm
doing
very
yes.
good.
Yeah. All right. So, I've known you for a long, long time, and let's talk about how quarantine's been treating you.
Well, first, how's it been treating you?
Oh, I've been great. I've listened to the laws. I've totally not been walking around with anyone outside. Totally. Yeah, I've totally been social distancing. First 3 weeks, though, were just terrible. It was annoying. Yeah, I was going nuts. I was like, God, why did school have to close? That's my only place I socially interacted, and then damn COVID came. So,
yeah, some restrictions have been lifted here in Canada.
Yeah, Canada's doing way better. Alberta is doing way better. I wouldn't say the rest of Canada is doing really good, like Ontario.
Yeah, well, luckily, there were no deaths today in Alberta. That's some good news.
Yeah, that was really good. We only had like 2 yesterday. No, we had 2 last week, and then I think yesterday we had only 39, maybe around there. We're doing good. I can tell you that much. I think Alberta's been doing really great on how they're handling this, and apparently, what I've been told, stage 1 is in progress. They're hoping to have stage 2 ready in June, and then July they want to have stage 3 up and running as well.
Yeah.
So, luckily, people that are begging their parents to go hang out with their friends during the summer, you'll be able to do that because most of the restrictions will be upheld or repealed or whatever.
Yeah, my parents aren't letting me go out and do that stuff yet. But
yeah.
Soon enough.
Yeah, patience. That's what I'm going with. It's also allergy season, so it gets a bit harder at this time to see like if you do have COVID or not, because if you have allergies, you're going to be stuffy nose, coughing, headache all the time,
which would make you more susceptible to COVID.
Yeah, so if you have allergies, stay home. I would be suggested.
Yeah, I'm staying home for that.
I think we've learned though that I have a pretty strong immune system. We've looked at this in the past many of times for what I've done. I've done unspeakable things to my own body.
Oh yeah.
Drinking mud, doing all that. But let's get into some of the stuff, like put all the jokes aside and let's talk about actual things. COVID-19, the coronavirus, or whatever you want to call it, Chinese virus, whatever you want to call it. Honestly, I'm fine with anything. Call it COVID itself, call it Wuhan virus, call it whatever you want.
Budweiser virus.
Yeah.
Beverage virus, whatever.
Yeah, call it whatever. But basically, we're here to talk about COVID-19, annoying plague that's now actually being called a plague, which I would consider to be, because it's affected many people all around the world. And I think
very sudden.
Yeah, it was very sudden. And it was a really dangerous thing that's still going on, but I think Canada's got it up together. They've worked out their problems, and I think they're going on a good path. I think they're still struggling a bit, like in certain areas. I would say like mainly Quebec and Ontario. I think those areas are kind of stupid right now for what they're talking about.
Yeah.
But I think the rest of Canada is going strong. How do you feel on like how Canada and most of North America closed their borders?
I feel like Canada got to it pretty quick on closing up the borders. And I think that the amount that we have is, like, the amount of cases that we have compared to other countries is really good, like, because of our larger population.
Oh, yeah.
The net worth is better than most countries are doing.
Yeah, I would definitely say that. I think Canada could do some like better on their closing, because if you look at it, they waited a really long time to close their borders. Like they could have closed it not when Christmas and that area was happening, but like near January and February when this thing was serious and they figured out that this thing's going to go worldwide. Like they could have said, all right, we're closing our borders. The US, I think, said, what was it, January 10th, Trump declared a national shutdown?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, I think it was that. And then I don't even know when Canada declared its national shutdown, but it was just terrible what this plague did. Like, it a good amount of our population. What is it? 200,000 people dead? Or 1 million? I don't even know.
I think I'm not sure if it's over 1 million or not.
Yeah, but
I mean, I'd assume so. Looking at how many confirmed cases there is in U.S. alone, there's around 1,500,000 cases in U.S. alone.
Yeah, and yeah, they haven't even come close to actually 1 million deaths. It's only at 300,000, and that's actually remarkable for how many people have been recovered and how many are confirmed right now. And I have to bring this up. Do you believe that China is coming out with legitimate like statistics? Like they're coming out with legitimate stats on like how many people are infected?
I'm on the fence with that one.
Yes, I've already called myself over the fence. I'm like, I don't believe that you have over like what 80,000 cases. Not even like that. I think they're lying about how many cases they have. Like it's a kind of tremendous how many cases they say they have, and they're the cause of this. They are the cause of this tremendous plague. And what are they saying? Like they're probably saying like they have not even barely. Yeah, they say they have 82,000 cases and 78 recovered. That's where I'm going to kind of say, nah, I don't believe that you're coming out with legitimate stats.
They do have the highest population in the world, but their landmass is not even like way too close to like America's.
Yeah.
Or even Canada, which is bigger than America, but is in 39th place for population size.
Yeah, and that's why I think China's lying, because it's a really, like, if you look at it, it's not as big as like these other countries around the world. They're pretty small, and when you have a giant, almost a quarter of the population, like 1.3 billion, something like that, and you're saying you have 82,000 cases? I can't believe that. Like, I don't really consider that to be true. Like, they had the most cases at the start, and then somehow they didn't. They just slowed down.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, moving on to, like, what do you see in the future for, like, Canada? Like, after COVID's passed, do you see a new economic growth or a decrease?
Well, first of all, I don't think COVID will technically pass. I think that we'll just adjust, like, our lifestyles to it being a thing that we need
definitely.
to be careful about.
I'm talking about, like, because we've...
Like, post-lockdown kind of thing.
Yeah, like, we have the flu. It kills more. Obesity, actually, I think, is literally almost the amount of how many people die a year from COVID. Yeah, in some places, COVID kills less people than obesity, which is a joke. But basically, I would say, if, like, I'm talking about, like, the national shutdown, how long? Because COVID's will be here, but they're going to have vaccinations, and it will basically turn into the flu. So it'll be a regular thing.
Speaking of vaccinations, I actually read up on something. I didn't read the full thing. I just saw the flashy news title on how I'm going to just quote it here. The Health Canada has given the green light to a clinical trial for a potential COVID-19 vaccine.
Yeah, and see, that's
from CTV News.
Yeah, so I'll probably read into that after, but going on that and what I said, do you think that after this plague and after the national shutdown, there will be an economic growth or an economic decrease in Canada?
I am not really sure. Hand sanitizer sales have definitely gone up, so that's
those have gone up. And I'm thinking, for me, I would say they would have an economic decrease because they had to shut down a bunch of small businesses and they didn't really give them a lot of money for those small businesses to thrive during this pandemic. And now oil plants are getting shut down.
I think
plants were shut down. So we're not getting a lot of money coming in from Alberta.
Yeah, but which could in turn put the value of our dollar upwards because not as many people are making a lot of money, which means prices will have to come down, which in turn the value of the Canadian dollar could even potentially rise up to the current American dollar, but American dollar could also rise, so it'll also stay the same. We still won't be able to afford Disneyland any easier, dang it.
Yeah, but that's what I'm, because like our economic like status wasn't the best. Like in the past 4 years Donald Trump has been in, he's had a economic growth per se. He's made America a great country to be affordable and live in. And then if you look at like a house compared to like a normal modern day house compared to US and Canada, I could bet you that the Canadian one would be at least twice as much as the American one.
Not twice as much.
Yeah, but it would be a good significant amount of money that is higher because we have a small population, meaning we don't get a lot of money coming in, and the reason why we don't have a lot of money coming in is because our of our population, and the reason why our population is so low is because I think people look
It's not a low population, it's a low population density.
No, like
for example, not North Korea, sorry. South Korea has around 51 million people, and Canada, which is let's say I don't know how many times bigger, but way bigger than I keep saying North Korea. South Korea, it only has 38 million.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. South Korea is a small. Yes, South Korea is a small area. If you look at our land size, we should have a bigger amount of people living in our country, but we don't. We have almost the same amount. Actually, we have less than South Korea. We have 39 million to 30 million, 30 to 39 million people living, compared to our land size, which is a giant land size when you look at it. We're the second biggest country in the world. We have one of the lowest population rates, for our land size. It literally makes no sense what they're doing with their land and how they're actually being able to I wonder actually, because for how big Canada is, I wonder how deep in debt they are, because they don't spend that much money on stuff. So I would actually want to know how much debt is Canada really in.
I don't know.
But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've all heard the Alberta's in great debt, blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. They are in $768 billion of debt. Wait, nope, never mind. With the GDP of approximately $2.2 trillion overall, net debt GDP ratio is about 34%. If you have anything else you would like to talk about, we can, because we have an estimated 2 minutes until we finish up.
Well, for one thing, I'd like to shout out our Discord server. Link to that will be in the description, or the way to find it will be in the description of this podcast, where you will be able to listen to these podcasts live. And you'll get notice on when they'll come out. And on the Discord, you'll also find all of our other social media. You can follow that. And we also have a website that's up. I'm the one who runs the Discord, so if you have any questions, you can bring that to me or Trip here. Yeah, Tripping. Okay. So basically, I think we're finishing up here, but go check out our Discord, our Instagram, our Twitter, our I think we're having a Snapchat get up soon. We have a YouTube channel, and all of these will be in the website or the Discord server. So join it. If you go to our Instagram, you will find our Discord link through there, and then you can get in from there. And one last thing, if you want to see Trip and attempt TikTok dances, go follow our TikTok. Yeah. That's what will be really fun. We're nothing going to controversial have little fun there. Things. There's no like presidential talk, nothing like that. Just dumb stuff. Yeah, just fun, cool down stuff. So if you're done watching our podcast and you had fun watching it, go check our TikTok out, and then you can just listen to that and have some fun after our heated conversations. Next week, we're having one of my biggest friends. He's a funny guy, Sadra. He's a great guy. Great guy. You guys got along very well. What a great guy.
Yeah. So I think this is it. Yeah, we're the same person, definitely. I think we're done here. This is the interview with Payton Gjesdal. I'm Trippin Manister. He's Payton. And everyone, remember to say the cold hard truth. Goodbye, and have a good night.